Welcome back to another game. We had two people abort the last few, but now we've got the black pieces, we're in with the game. Let's see how we go. We played before? Don't think so. So opponent's 2050, 2060, with about 3,000 games around. I'm always okay. Jobava London. I should really know what the refutation is. So they'll go here, and then I can play this. This takes here. I think is pretty standard. I think that's the main line. I was going to say, given that I play this as white, I should have an idea of what to play on the black side. It's quite funny. Yeah, so they want to play knight b5, but on knight b5 I've got queen a5, which is a check and attacks the knight, so the knight then has to go back. Does this change anything? Does that threaten this? Maybe you start with a6 anyway. Just to make it safer. Maybe we should play queen b6. Could also trade, but I don't really want to bring their knight into this square. So this is an idea. Also, like knight h5 has got to be. It's got to be good, hasn't it? Or this. I think we'll start knight h5. Maybe you can go like takes, knight here, taking my knight, I go knight here. You take, I go here, you play this, I don't know. Yeah, I need to be a bit wary if a3 ever comes and they are threatening to take and play b4. Just know in general against this kind of London bishop, knight on h5 is usually pretty good. Attacks the bishop. If it moves back, we can take it there. If it comes forward, it gives us a tempo with this knight. If it goes here, it gives us a tempo with the pawn, and then maybe we play g5. I don't quite know what we do. Yeah, this. Do we go g5, force them back? Don't think I'm quite set up to deal with that. Okay, so this, I'll just get to develop my knight now with another tempo. Maybe even this might be an idea. Okay. So I think we want to take and not let them come here. So takes, we come back. Moving out of the way of the queen, attacking it, also defending our d5 pawn. And then we need to work on getting our c5 pawn back, which might not be super easy. They can try and hang on to it. But, I think we'll get some compensation. We've got a bishop pair, so yeah, move is going to be e6 is going to come at some point. The question is whether I get my bishop out first. If I play e6 immediately, then my bishop's a bit locked away. Like I say, maybe a5 comes. And then on this, b4. Yeah, so maybe on a3 we play a5, but then we give up this check. And then here gives away this. Maybe I've misplayed. Okay, puts his bishop out. So one thought is we can just play queen a5 and come pick it up. Which I'm kind of liking, because that move stops the queen and knight from having coordination. It doesn't really have a follow-up square to it, so I'm going to go for that. This is kind of interesting. We don't have that. You take and defend. This maybe takes, but then this is interesting. Queen here. Okay. So takes, knight takes, queen here, and I'm threatening this pawn. You go here, I take here, and then your knight's in some trouble. Quite an open position. I suppose I've got this pawn chain and an isolated one over here. They've currently got two nice pawn chains, but I'm double attacking the pawn and the knight here. Can't defend the knight with another piece, so the knight's realistically going to one of these squares. And now I was thinking I had this. Takes here, attacking the knight. Your knight will likely come back. Go for that. And now we've split them into 3 pawn islands. My focus just really has to be on getting castled. So probably e6, bishop up to b4 would be kind of nice. It's also not super easy to defend. Well, you can get yourself into a bit of trouble. Like this looks natural, but then you give away a check here, like queen up, and we drag the king out. Maybe it's still playable for them. So maybe, right, I think like one of these knights is coming here. The only moves that I can see. You don't have queen up because then your rook drops. I don't think you can do anything. Oh, you can maybe play this. No, because, well, check, pawn up. Yeah, so what are we playing? Playing on this, I think we're coming all the way back here. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Okay. So I was thinking this. The issue is then the rook comes over and then the knight comes in and I lose my light squared bishop. Or I go check here, here, and then when the rook comes over, I can go here maybe. I'm likely just here, here. So here, 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 takes. Yeah, not a big fan of this actually. I think check here. This gives me the most flexibility. And this comes here. We go for it. I think here, here. That's my choice. So this is forced. Then I think here, keeping an eye on the pin and the knight and the pawn. And this, don't think there's anything to worry about. Like I say, I'd love to be able to play bishop here. So like this is an idea, the bishop here. But then if, yeah, now if the knight moves, I can insert check. I think a lot of lines, the knight will come here, attack the bishop, the rook will take the bishop, which is then no longer defending the a6 pawn, and the bishop will take a6. So I think this is kind of the loser of a lot of sequences here, the a6 pawn. Yeah, I'd like to get like 1, 2, 3, 4 moves in, but I'm like super exposed around this side of the board. Or maybe this is a bit quicker, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Well, no, it doesn't. It's the same as this. So this. So like I say, I think this is a move, but then we have check. Likely maybe queen up there, there. Then I don't know. Here. Takes, knight takes. And I'll lose there. Here takes, takes. Up, takes. Take with a knight. Holds everything together but looks a bit sketchy. rook covers the rook at the end of the line, covers the if I get my knight here, it covers b6, which is an infiltration square for the rook, and also b8, which is the other infiltration square for the rook. So okay, so he moves the rook out of the way. So here, takes. But here, now with takes, you've got rook here. And threatening to come down to c8 with a big spaghetti-o. Here takes. Here takes. Yeah, I'll lose this pawn. I don't think this works, does it? Well, it does. I have to take the king, which feels real risky. Like queen here. I can't play like that. And if I do this, then rook over just finishes me. So I can't do that. I can't go there. So it's one of these two squares. Rook b1 takes. Knight takes. This is not pleasant. My king is not where it needs to be. This takes. Takes. This takes, check. Here, bishop takes. Doesn't. What? I think white's in quite a strong position because I'm not castled, and they'll have this a pawn running down the board at me. Yeah, we seem to have spiraled into this position. Not in a good way. Maybe if I get the chance, I'd take and play this. And this. Maybe I just get perpetualed. Good news is we're up 3.5 minutes. Yeah, I thought it was a 10-minute game. We've only spent 27 seconds, but no, it's 15, isn't it? So yeah, pre-move that. Okay, so it takes the pawn there. No dramas with that. Any issues with this? Maybe here. This there? No, drops a rook. So this takes, check. What about this? What about this? I don't have this because it comes with check. Yeah, what about this and then picking up an a2 and just generally stopping your queen from coming in? There you go. Check, check, check. Maybe you should play this. Do I need to go takes and then takes? Okay, fine. We don't get that, thankfully. Now your bishop's on pre. There's your pawn. There takes. Or just move here. No, I think I want to play this. Maybe this is interesting. Maybe I have to go back to A8. Still not being allowed to castle. Yeah, so I can see a queen here. Yeah, I think I've got to play. This and then this and then this and then this and then this, and we just perpetual there. So yeah, threat is to come here. I could do this, but takes queen in. Actually, maybe e5 might be a useful tempo gainer. Originally, I was thinking I'd like to play e6, bishop here and castle. Then I'd feel totally fine about the position. My king would be safer than theirs, but at the moment it's a pain. this actually. Yeah, I could have played this because on check, have this. But I don't know if I really fancy playing against the outside A pawn. I'd be quite happy to see a trade. Knight, interesting. What does that do? What does knight there do? Oh, you're going here? So do I have to play this? Also gives my king a little hole now, which could be very important. Now e5. Okay, so I get that this is an issue. Can I take here? Check. Mated. So no. Kind of like e5. Hit the. E5 knight there. Yeah, e5 there, hitting both of these squares. So e5 knight there, king up. And here. Or here. And what's this? This. 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 contact of the pawn, the bishop and the knight. Still quite tied up, but maybe pawn up. Maybe this is just, maybe just roll this down now. Not threatening anything. Yeah, I'm going to play knight here next. Does give them this check. But after here we're fine and we hit the queen. Comes down, takes. Here. Don't like that as much. Like this. Like that. Check. Check there. Here. Not sure, maybe I could have played into a perpetual, not sure. Like, this is a big issue. This is a big issue. Well, he's playing without a rook, I'm playing without a rook and a bishop. Like on this, I've got this, is what I'm playing for. Is this anything? No, because checkmate. Nearly something. So we only have this. Attacking the queen. And you don't have this because knight covers it. So if you go here, yeah, maybe that's a move. Okay. Only move. Eek. Okay, now the bishop's undefended, which is kind of useful. Queen here. I was thinking we can check, but we definitely can't check. Queen here, we've got to take it. Ah dear. Because this is mate. Okay. Push the pawn. Oh, this is bad, isn't it? Because they can kick my knight and put your bishop here as mate. So maybe I've got to play this. Knight takes. This is bad. Bishop here then. Opposite coloured bishops. Hope that's enough for a draw. Down a pawn. Interesting, they don't take the pawn. About this. Like this. Don't know if that's the right move there, whether I needed to try and hold on to the pawn, but I don't think so. My next move is this, I think. Here. Here runs into this, but then here. Go for it. Happy with this one. Gives me this. Play this, I suppose. And this. And this. So this, and then this. He goes up, I come in. He goes there. Do I get back? Got to be that, hasn't it? So. Pop, pop, pop. Here. Or here. Okay, here. Oh, you just take some queens. That's stupid. That was stupid. C5 the move. I suppose this is. Yeah, C5 is pretty fighting, so A6. A6 is pretty good, so CD. Yeah, okay, right, so CD knight takes. Knight C6, knight BD7. Pushes you back, then E6. Okay. Yeah, going after the bishop here is probably a bit too soon. I ended up probably chasing for the whole game really then, didn't I? Okay, no, this is good for me. Yeah, okay, that's an interesting. E5 just gets me a useful tempo, doesn't it? Your bishop doesn't do anything if it's going to get lost anyway. I should try to get my other bishop out. Okay, oh, I should have traded queens. Yeah, this is +3. Yeah, F6. Okay, don't trade the knights. Okay, and go for counterplay. Fine, just a bad loss.